I just wanted to do a quick video on how I do some of my custom envelopes and some of the tricky things that are involved into doing those. I wanted to show one TTM for today, and this came from Dr. James Hepner, and James Hepner was the project manager for the Explorer 10 satellite. He worked on other ones too, I believe. But the reason why I sent this is an old 1962 Cape Canaveral first day issue. The Explorer satellite happened a year before, but there were no envelopes past, the early from Explorer, I think 1 to 10. I think maybe 12 or 14 was the earliest one that I could find, dated 62 or 63, a year later, a couple years later. And so I printed this on the corner in black and white and put the little description there, and he has nicely signed that. And that was a really cool, easy to do envelope, and I ran this through the printer. But if you're printing text, that's a little more difficult. If you look at this envelope, how it's been printed all over the place. I have another envelope. This is a test envelope, which I stepped on a few times. This has also got printed sideways, but I have an old 1971 envelope I was printing some data onto, and I didn't use that envelope yet. The problem with that is that when I went into WordPerfect, the envelope resizing made it really tiny, and that little spot right there is where it was really tiny. And then I went into Microsoft Word, and it can't handle the old-time document font that I had, because I wanted it to look like a typewriter, printed it instead of a computer printout. So I used a typewriter font, and so there was that source of frustration. So I haven't figured out that one yet, and I can't make it into a photograph because then the sizing is all wrong and it turns out grainy, and Sean Hewitt will understand all of this kind of customization problems. Then I got this return to sender back today from Susan Kilrain. I don't know where she's at. There's a yellow sticker of doom. This was a custom I made. I found an old canceled space shuttle stamp, which I had made a little border for, a little plastic window, and added that to the envelope and added some data to it. The post office actually canceled the old canceled stamp. But it was supposed to be a decoration, but that was kind of frustrating. And you can see some of my stamps come back ripped in half when they go through the machines. They just get ripped to shreds and unable to find. So wherever Susan Kilrain is, she's an astronaut. She's not there at Cedar Lane, so unless she has a P.O. box. But anyway, so that's how I do some of those. Most of the envelopes you'll see will be just like this one here. This is an old first day issue, plenty of room to write on it. There's a stain on the envelope, and there's somebody's address. Now, J. Garland is not Judy Garland, but you get the idea. There's probably a few more envelopes like that somewhere around here I can show you. But that's why it's really hard to customize these envelopes, because finding a good to use envelope and then running it through the printer and being lucky like I was on this one, I got it correct on the first try. So and this envelope, if I had to repurchase one, it would be like $3 on the internet. Plus or minus shipping, somewhere around $2 or $3. And I not want to do that for every single time. And this is an older guy that I wanted to have on here. So that's my little rant or tutorial for now, and thank you for watching. Hopefully that gives some people some ideas on what you can do with an old envelope that's lying around. Thank you.